But this is a different topic. Um, like there's gonna be less cards, but we're gonna use it, you know, just for awareness. Um, Now, as you can see, marriage is the topic. um, this is a very interesting topic. I saw a different perspective. No, I wouldn't say I saw, but I heard, a different perspective about marriage. You know, I'm not gonna spill any details, um, but like I said, marriage is the topic. But let's move forward. I'm not like I found a very interesting, perspective that made me think. Like he said, okay, I'm not gonna say who said it and why they said it, but it was a very interesting, I would say important. The perspective was that okay, the perspective was let's get married. It says, what do you need? Like, what do you need paperwork for? And I'm thinking to myself, I was saying the same thing. I'm like, why should paperwork be involved? In marriage. You know, I just find that very legally, binding. Like, why can't it just be just a husband and a wife, without documents, without paperwork, without prenups, without agreements, without, like I said, if you have money and I have money, like, what's the point of a prenup if we are, already made, But like I said, it has nothing to do with money, but people put themselves in these positions, because of money, Like I said, a lot of people chase after lust and money through, marriages. They don't chase after that person, character. They don't chase after that person, mindset. It's more so the pockets and, how, secure they're gonna be, how stable they're gonna be, but they don't see the downside of that, you know, chase some money, they don't it's not love, that's just and now I'm starting to see why marriages don't last long, because when marriages are based on money and not, love, that's when it gets real ugly, and that's when it gets very damaging. And now I'm starting to see, like, basically, so that was a good point that he made when he mentioned the like why can't it just be a husband and wife? Like why does paperwork has to be involved? Why? So that's basically your son. You're married to the government as well. You know. So it's just you and the husband or the wife or the husband and including paperwork. So you're married to that person and you're married to the government. So that's how I see it. Okay, so the call came out. This came out in reverse, but for some reason it came out in reverse. So, hey, it says passion isn't the same as lasting love. Don't get sucked into just by get sex. So yeah, so something when something is very temporary fixed sexually, not mentally. Yeah, that type of love never lasts. That type of love never ends well. And I was just explaining about that. I was saying that someone could satisfy you, sexually, but they can't really satisfy you, emotionally, um, spiritually. It's a different type of, you know, feeling, but yeah. So passion is not the same as lost in love. Unconditional love is never gonna be the same. So, and I also find it odd that there is a lot of you know I don't know in my generation to the generation after me. I just find it very odd that there's more, let's say baby, there's more baby showers than wedding showers. I mentioned this before, like, why is it there are more baby showers than wedding showers? Like, why? Like, most people, they, like I said, children are beautiful, but like I said, this type of, nonsense, like, I don't get it. It's like, a lot of people think that marriage is, binding, but a child is more binding. So, I don't understand that. They say marriage is binding, but having a child is not. Oh. But they just continuously to, repeat that cycle. I just find it very odd, why there's more baby showers than wedding showers, I just find it odd, like very odd. And I just find it very odd that there's more divorces going up. And you know who's really fighting for those divorces? Usually it be a lot of women that um, fall for it, and the men just be left hanging and all. But yeah, I just find it very odd. But like I said, so was it? You have to really ask yourself: was it always for the money, or was it always, for the status? You have to really ask yourself that. Like sometimes people chase after, you know, the status, the money, the security, all of that. They chase after that, and then you just don't know the downside of it. You don't know what's hidden behind that, status or, that money, But I don't understand how people in some marriages chase, not to say you're not supposed to have money, or you're not supposed to have anything for yourself. I'm not saying that, but when you're chasing after that, it never lasts, long. And now I see why marriages don't last long. Now I see why, because it's all about money. It's just all about based on status, security. It's never about love, it's never about unconditional love. And I just find it very odd. And it's crazy. The more I see it, the more I just laugh at it, because it's just like, and like I said, these same energy, they'll get mad at you because you still have hope, for marriage. You still have, faith in, real marriage, lasting long marriage. Not that shortcut, um, bullshit ass marriages, wedding. Like I said, there's gonna be ups and downs, yes, but chasing after like lust, not lust and money and status, just that shit don't last long. Um, it's funny, but it really is funny. I just find it very odd now. And like I said, some people, like I said, that's why I'm not ready to have kids right now. It's like, why would I why would I set myself up for that? Why would I put myself in that position where I'm just gonna financially struggle and not have, two parents, in a household, where it's just gonna have to be co-parenting and, you know, like I said, that shit is lust, that shit don't last long to me. This is why very guided and very cautious, no, cause it's like I'm more wiser not to fall for that, I'm more wiser not even to fall in that trap. So it's like, yeah, marriage is still on the top of my list. Like, I don't care what, others go through, in their marriages. Like I said, everybody has their own, you know, meaning of what marriage is. But lasting, real marriage, unconditional love marriages, nah, it shouldn't, be this fucking hard, you know? Like I said, it has a lot to do with, self love, self care, all of that, chasing after the like I said, the money and the stuff, yeah, that shit never lasts long, and that's why most people be having, damages, you know, in their wedding. I say wedding, could be wedding. And there's another thing about wedding. I don't see myself having a big wedding. Like I've said this before. I said this over and over and over. Like I don't see myself having a big wedding. Like I don't see myself inviting, a bunch of family, friends to a big ass wedding. So you people can be nosy about who I'm dating, who I'm loving, who I cater to. No. Like I'm not marrying y'all. And that's how I see it. Like that's why I don't believe in big ass weddings. I don't believe in that shit. Like I've been to many weddings all my life as a child, like since a child. Like you know how exhausting it is to be a fucking bridesmaid. You know how exhausting that shit is. To always be a fucking bridesmaid, but never the bride. But it's exhausting because it's like I just see so many people just popping out babies out of wedlock, and it's like, I damn nobody care for marriage anymore. Like nobody want marriage anymore. Like huh? Like that shit is so confusing to me. Like most people just rushing to have kids, but they just set themselves up to be financially poor. You know, and it's like I don't want that lifestyle. No, I'd rather have a stable, life, stable security, for myself before I can have any children, like I'm not bringing, any kids in this jacked up world yet and still be financially struggling. No, no, thank you. I would rather be debt free, financially free, then have kids, you know? And that's how some people, they don't make smart choices. They don't make, you know, they don't think, they don't plan ahead for the future. They're just like, oh, I don't want to wait too old to have kids. I don't want to wait, blah, 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 like, whatever. Well, it's given like I don't want to wait until I'm 30 or 40 to be or 50 to be a fucking grandparent or, to go to my first child birthday or whatever. So, please. But anyway, I just find it funny how most people, they just be rushing me. They just keep asking me, when are you gonna have kids? When are you gonna like stop pressing me to fucking have kids? And I'm not fucking ready to have kids yet. God damn, you know. Let me focus on planning the future. Um, Let me focus on planning their financial freedom so that they won't ever have to, work a job so they can create their jobs, so they can own lands and properties and, you know, I want them to have a stable future. I don't want them to be living in a crisis. I don't want them to be experiencing, the crisis, what I went through or what I'm going through right now. Yes, there's going to be some crisis up and down, but that's just reality. But I don't want them to. I don't want to bring, children in a wicked world right now at this very moment. Just for like that. Right now, this moment, no. Like I'd rather live in my 20s to the fullest. I'd rather live life to the fullest. Like I said, there's more to life than just popping out babies. There's more to life than just, chasing after, temporary things that's not gonna last. Like the sex is not that fucking good. Please. can't be that good. Can't be. Like like I said, baby, they're beautiful and all, but no, thank you. I'm not gonna waste my time on that. But let's move forward. Um, yeah, so that's my perspective on how I see, weddings, marriages. Like, honestly, I don't care if, my future husband get mad or not. I don't believe in big ass weddings. I don't believe in none of that. So, all of that, inviting mama, daddy, grandma, auntie, cousins, nieces, and nephews, blah, blah, blah. No, none of that. None of that. I don't want none of that. Um, Otherwise, just be two people. I said two people, happily married, unconditionally, and celebrate later. All of that big wedding, like no, save that, for the honeymoon. Like I said, I don't believe in weddings. I don't, because I've seen it in my own eyes, and then I've seen those marriages never last long. And it's like the reason why it don't last long because they have a bunch of people, in the mix. A bunch of nosy ass people, like a bunch of greedy ass people, in these big ass weddings. Nothing but leeches. I call them leeches. Like you buying a big ass cake, big ass decoration. And then on top of that, a repast. What they call it? Repast? No, I said repast. Not repast. Is it a repast? See? It's something like that. I forgot what it is. Like, you have a wedding, then you have, I'm gonna say food after that. Like, what's up with that? Like, you can just save your money, you know? Buy some land, buy some properties and shit, you know? All of that celebration after celebration, it's just a waste of money, a waste of time, a waste of effort, Like, you could just save your money and just buy a house or a property with that instead of a big ass, dumb ass wedding. It doesn't make sense. Like I said, some people do it. Like that's how they see, or celebrate their tradition. And that's how, you know, tradition marriage is supposed to be. But no, I don't see it as that. Another thing, photo shoots. I don't believe in that shit either. Like photo shoot, big ass photo shoots and shit like that. Like, yeah, it's okay to have memories and all, but beautiful memories. But please. Really, but it's not a fucking fashion show. Marriage is not a fucking fashion show. You don't like when I say that. Marriage is not a fucking fashion show. Supposed to be only upon two people that love each other unconditionally. All this extra people, all this extra, drama, chaos. No, no. So, get married first and have the celebration later. You know. And I thought about courthouse wedding, but I realized, like, why does it have to be binding to a fucking, license? Like, why can't it just be normal? Like, hidden, not even hidden, but you know what I mean? Without contracts, without documents, without peanut, none of that. As long as you are stable, like I said, you have your money, I have my money, like, you make yours, I make mine. And then later, if you ever think about, having a joint account, then yeah, we can do that. But for the kids, not for us. Like, you have your own separate bank account, and I have my own separate bank account. Your money is your money, you work for it, so you use that to spend it on your own needs and wants and desires. And I use mine to, spend it on mine as well. Now, that can't just be that. All of that joint account, no thank you. No. No thank you. So, like I said, I would rather have my own account and you can have your own account. The joint account that can be only for the kids. Now you have your own money, I have my own. Now I don't want your money and you don't want my money. So simple. That's how it should be. Now, moving I don't want to pick one of these cards, yeah. But I'm just gonna. Mm, I don't want to pick anything else, but I do. Let's see what this is. Hmm. This should be interesting. Let me see. This is gonna be very interesting. Let's see what this is. Yeah, it says I'll watch your social media. Of course, so this could be okay. Let's move on. So, yeah, they're watching. Of course, they're watching. Why not? Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, it says you're no saint yourself. Exactly. Who is? You know. Moving on. Yeah, it says I'm going to make you mine. Yeah, as long as it's not lust. As long as it's not temporary. So yeah, it says I communicate with you through your dreams. Yeah, they don't do that projection shit. That astro projection shit. Mhm. Mhm. That astro projection shit. Now that's lust right there. Communicating with someone through their dreams. That's lust right there. I remember I used to have like dreams like that about people that I shouldn't be having dreams about. Like, why the fuck are you in my dream? Like, that's how you know that person is, projecting their energy. That's what they do, when they project themselves into your energy. That's all right. That's so interesting. What else is new? Um, I don't like the messenger. I'm just a messenger. No, I don't like the messenger. No. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, I said ghost and gooey. And this is about, I'm about to say this is about ghosting. I'm about to say ghosting responsibility. This is about ghosting, the conflict. Ghosting, you know, this is about avoiding, the trap. I would say avoiding the trap. Ghosting the trap. Ghosting, yeah, ghosting the trap. Like, please do not set yourself up for failure. Yes, it's FOMO, suffer. Yeah, so this is about, I'm about to say transmission of communication. I'm about to say a line of communication, you know. And this is someone that's watching. Yeah, since I watch on social media. Hey, this is how they're looking. This is how they're watching behind the scenes or listening behind the scenes. I just realized that. Don't you know them people behind the screen, them big ass screen? This is how they watch behind the screen. If you know what I mean. If you know. I don't know what the fuck is that FOMO, suffer. I don't know what that is. I'll look in the book, just read into that. But this is giving someone that's just looking, watching from behind that big ass screen or screens or multiple screens, Here's I watch your social media. So this is someone that's watching, listening, gathering, and they're watching. And that's exactly how they look too. With some headphones on their head. I said head, over their head, covering their ears. Yeah, mama. Yeah, it says Pearl Parker Pearl. So something about parking. I'm gonna say parking. So parking could be, like I said, it could be a good parker. Something about driving. Something about driving, towards you, by your house, around your house, near your house. It says Parker Pro. So someone get up parking. And someone is a good driver. So if I say if someone could just own a lot of cars. Yeah, it says overwhelmed mom. Oh gosh, yeah. So someone is under pressure. I'm about to say under siege. See, you see why I chose marriage, over lust, over, temporary sex, over, kids, because honestly, like I said, kids are precious. Kids are beautiful, but they are expensive as fuck. But like I said, it's not worth, you know, being overwhelmed, you know, about it's not worth stressing, you know, or something that's just causing a lot of stress. So like I said, you could be an overwhelmed mom or dad. Well, this is about, a child. This is about a mother and a child, or raising a child. Like I said, raising a child is stressful. It can be stressful. Like I said, it can be beautiful and stressful at the same time. You know, that shit seems stressful. Only if you allowed it to be stressful. You know, only if you allow it to be stressful. I believe, like I said, you can be overwhelmed, especially when you're doing your job, you're doing the work. It could be overwhelmed sometimes, but stressful. It shouldn't be stressful. It shouldn't be, you know, like I said, it shouldn't be, damaging. Like it shouldn't be none of that. And that's why I still have faith in marriage, because like I said, kids are binding for a long time. Marriage is not. I mean, you can easily divorce and, up and leave. But why should it be that way? Why should you just up and leave and divorce? Why should you separate when you can just work it out? But like I said, when you chase money, when you chase status, that's what happens. And that's why marriages don't last. Because people chase after temporary lust, money. They don't chase after, unconditional love. They don't chase after health, sickness. They don't chase after none of that. Not saying, you know, they're not, you know what I mean. They don't chase after, you know what I mean, when I say sickness. And sickness and health, they don't chase after that, you know. And what I mean by that, they don't chase after taking care of each other, needs, taking care of each other, health. They don't believe in none of that. They're just too focused on the money, the status, and they're not focusing. They're basically focused on the outside. They're not focused on the inside. And that's what bothers me. So basically, what I'm saying in sickness and in health, for better or worse, that's what I meant. Um, yeah, so this could be about ghosting someone, or you could have ghosted someone because something is overwhelming, or someone is just overwhelming. Or someone could have left you, to be a single mom or a single parent or a single dad. Or like I said, something is just stressful. Or you could be a single dad. Whether you're masculine or feminine. Because so you have someone that's just watching your page, or it's just someone that's just lusting over you, moving forward. So yeah, you see why I still have faith in marriage. You see why I still choose marriage over, temporary sex. I mean, not to say sex not supposed to be involved. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not looking for a temporary fix or none of that. I date to marry, and I don't date to play games with these fools. I don't have time for that. So, the more you work on yourself, the more you work on your inside rather than your outside. That's when you are, romantically, attractive. That's when you can attract, real, unconditional, healthy, lasting, love regardless. So instead of focusing on the outside appearances, focus more on the inside. Yeah, it says boundaries. It says you need to teach people how to treat you by being clear on what you will or won't allow. Yes, this is about putting your boundaries up. This is about setting boundaries, or having healthy boundaries. Yeah. It says I watch. Yeah, they're watching. This is someone that's watching your boundaries or watching you put up your boundaries. You know? And this is about, healthy boundaries. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it says reaching your goal. It says everything you want from this connection will manifest in the near future. The future is now, you know? Yeah, so this is about reaching your goal, you know, aiming high. I'll say aiming high. Yeah, it says pay attention to signs. The synchronicities you have been noticing are not coincidence. Nothing in life is coincidence. I believe in fate. I don't believe in coincidence. I believe in fate. I believe in destiny, but I don't believe in coincidence. Coincidence are planned. Coincidence are, orchestrated. That's coincidence. I do believe in fate and destiny. So something is destined to happen. Something will be destined to happen. So yeah. So coincidence? No. Yes, yeah, exactly. Take your power back. You are giving someone control over how you feel. Your happiness should only depend on you. Real happiness comes from within, not from another person. It's always within. And happiness should always depend on you, not on anyone else. And that's when you know, that real life, you know, the authentic love coming. So pay attention to the signs because the boundaries are real.